Hi, my name is Alex, and today I invite you for a beautiful flow designed to help us connect back to our bodies, our hearts, our souls, and make us feel this tiny bit more in touch and united with everything that we are. So it's perfect if you've been feeling quite disconnected or unsure about the decisions you make, the actions you take. Hopefully this flow will help you feel this tiny bit more confident or at ease, at peace with yourself. And equally, it's a celebration of our bodies as they are. So I hope you enjoy it. Let's come into a comfortable seat to start off with. And the choice is yours, how you want to sit today. Cross-legged, maybe the legs are extended, maybe even sitting on a chair. It's completely up to you. And if that feels right for you today, I encourage us to close the eyes, or a soft gaze perhaps just in front of us. Feeling straight away that grounding sensation through our seat, this connection of our sit bones to the earth, nice, long, beautiful spine. The hands are somewhere on the body, perhaps on your knees or the thighs, maybe on the pillow in front. And let's take a full breath in, all the way to the root of the spine, to that foundation. With the exhale, opening the mouth, letting it go, letting it out. And softly releasing through the shoulders, maybe the jaw softens as well as the mouth opens slightly. And all we do here in those initial moments is arriving in this space. So for some of us, we might be able to tap in and arrive straight away. Others perhaps might need a little bit movement, maybe some swaying through the spine, through the head, and that's absolutely fine. Personally, I've been really enjoying recently those beginnings of my practice where I actually allow my body to speak its own language, speak to me through movement, through those sways or undulations of the spine. So see where you are at, and if you are in movement, in motion, and in fact we always are anyway, but if you are moving, swaying with me, just really pay attention how the body feels. Maybe we imagine like a little seaweed at the bottom of an ocean, floating in water, gently carried by the currents. You know, even if the ocean itself is wavy, stormy, the bottom of that ocean is always calm, always peaceful. That's a beautiful metaphor, I think, for life, for us. So if you are still moving, gently start to perhaps slow it down slightly until the movement becomes almost invisible and we land in stillness for a moment. Taking another breath in, and with that inhale, more awareness, more feeling of being here, right this moment, right in this body, this vehicle, portal. Let's give ourselves, our knees or thighs, a nice gentle squeeze to really check in, tune in, and feel that flesh underneath the fingertips. There is nothing more grounding for me personally than the feeling of my own touch. So just keep touching yourself, maybe going a little bit higher, that space around the groin. Maybe we take a fist and just push into the groin slightly. That's a little self massage. And maybe Some of us are ready and up for going a little bit further and just giving our arms a gentle squeeze. Maybe the muscles are feeling quite tired, or you've been doing a lot of exercise recently. I definitely can feel my arms here. And just switch to the other side. And that is the essence, right? This is the most us that we can be in this body. This is this experience of touching ourselves that is so uniquely ours. This skin is unique. This bones, this muscles, this life, this breath is so precious. So think about that while you touch yourself. Maybe go to the neck and just a nice gentle touch there. Closing the eyes if you want. And eventually walking the hands behind to where the kidneys are, roughly underneath the rib cage, below the rib cage, sorry. And just feeling there. Hands on the kidneys for a moment. Take a second to be still and allow that breath that you take travel all the way underneath your hands. Inhale. Feel the expansion in that lower back. Exhale. 2 more. Breathe in. Maybe Ujjayi breath from here onwards. Breathe into the hands. Last one. Really nice. Let's open the eyes. Look at our hands just for a moment to experience and really see ourselves for what we are right here. Spread the palms really wide. And with this deep awareness of the hands, let's come all the way to our all fours, hands and knees position. So the knees directly underneath your hip points, hands, palms directly underneath your shoulders. And in here, I invite you to trust yourself, listen to that inner voice, and just begin some movement, maybe spinal waves, but let it be really creative and let it be yours. So what I'm doing right here might not exactly be what you need. I'm tapping my toes because I'm desperate for a little stretch of my feet, but that might not be what you need. So even though I'm practicing and guiding you here, there is a doorway, an opening, an opportunity for you to really explore for yourself where you want to be, how you want to move, and really feel each and every movement as a new beginning, and feel that. And I'm saying feel that rather than think about it, because we need to feel it, right? We need to be that movement. So keep going, just a couple of breaths more. Maybe we drop all the way down into this big cobra. Dropping the hips or coming all the way back up into a high kneeling. Just take a moment to experiment and explore. And eventually we'll all meet in your neutral spine in our tabletop position, extending through the right leg, giving ourselves a nice amount of space behind, and just a gentle sway back and forth. Notice how it feels for the wrists. Maybe they are a little bit tired or something is achy, then you're more than welcome to come to the fists. And again, that's why I'm giving you those options, because I want you to listen to your body. So what's right for me might never be right for you. So just explore your options today. And when you're ready, lifting that right leg off the floor, the toes pointing towards the earth. Let's square the hips by flexing the right foot. Take a deep breath in here. And exhale slowly, slowly, bringing the left fingertips off the floor and perhaps finding the right leg with the left hand. And here again, trusting that we have that stability, we have that support 3 breaths. Kick the right leg high to the ceiling. Nice opening in the front of the right quad. Opening for the chest. The gaze is down, or if you want, you can experiment with bringing it up towards that left toes, but be super mindful of your neck. Last inhale. Nice, and exhale, gently release the left hand, softly, softly extend back the right leg to the back of the room. Inhale here. Exhale, knee to nose, and we will continue that journey until the right leg comes between the hands. Right leg between the hands. Hook the thumbs, lift the chest, find a nice crescent lunge here. Your shoulders are roughly behind the ears, so nice opening for the front of your body, squaring the hips, sending the left hip forward, right hip back. The right knee is not spilling out, but rather nice and in the midline. Gaze towards the sky, 2 more breaths. You can pat the left knee if you need to. The last one. Gorgeous. Exhaling, softly release. Let's bring the hands to frame the right leg, tacking for the left toes, and eventually slowly bringing the left glute towards the left heel, finding Mahamudra. Nice big runner's stretch. And if you're still here, that's absolutely fine. If that's still a little bit too much, here where the props comes in, a nice couple of blocks here to elevate and help support you. So you can be here, maybe even higher, depending on your flexibility or where you're at today, because each day is different. So 1 more breath wherever you are. Nice, beautiful, long spine. Gorgeous. And exhaling, gently release. If you have blocks, just bring them to the side. Tack for the left toes. Step to your downward facing dog. And just a moment here to explore again for yourself, listening to your instinct, your intuition, your inner voice. Some of us might be happy in stillness. Others need this little bit more of the pedaling through the legs. And if you are like, oh, I want to move, wait for it, it will come. I encourage you to bend the knees slightly if you're feeling that you're rounding through the spine, to tap through the pelvis and elongate for the spine even more. Last breath. Nice, and exhaling, just dropping the knees to the floor. So nothing special, but we'll come to the other side. Or very special. Extending left leg, having a nice little sway back and forth. We're warming up for the wrists as well. You can go a circular motion here as well if you want to experiment. And bring something new to your practice. When you're ready, the left leg lifts off the floor. Right hand slowly, slowly travels to find the left toes. And again, we're in this dancer variation, but in our tabletop. So kicking the left leg this time away from the body. The right hand is trying to squeeze the left foot towards it. The gaze down if you feel that this is the most you can do, which is absolutely fine. Or perhaps we see if we can look at the back leg. And if you wobble and fall, don't worry. The earth is there to catch you. You can always come back. Whoop. 1 more breath. And exhale softly with control. Let's release the right hand to the floor. Extend for the left leg again. Allow the belly to brace. Breathe in. Exhaling left knee to nose. And eventually stepping that left leg between the hands. Nice. As I said before, you can pad on the mat, double up on the mat to create a bit softer experience. Hooking the thumbs, lifting up to Anjali Asana, crescent lunge. And just like before, let's imagine everything is hanging into the midline here. So there is no spilling out and disengaging. Rather having this strong awareness for every part, every muscle, every cell of your body. 2 more buoyant breaths. Stay with me. Last one, shoulders behind the ears. And exhaling, gently releasing, hands to floor. If you have blocks, props, books, you can use them. Tacking through the right toes, inhaling here. And exhale, gently finding our Mahamudra, the runner's stretch on the other side. So some of us might be really flexible and come all the way down to sit on that right heel. And that's fine, but if we are here, can we avoid this collapsing, rather having a nice and strong posture here and engagement through the entire body. So I'm not collapsing, I'm extending through my spine, I'm engaging my glutes, bringing the toes of the left foot towards my forehead. If you're still a little bit higher, stay there with me. 2 more breaths. Last one, we okay? Nice. Next inhalation brings us back and into a low lunge. Let's frame the left foot. Lift the right knee off the floor, step to a high plank. And this time in here, strong connection through the hands and the feet, sending the heels towards the back of the room. More than welcome to stay here. If you wish to lower onto the knees, that's okay too. So choose where you want to be, trust yourself. Inhale wherever you are. And exhale slowly, let's lower all the way down to the earth, hugging the elbows to the side body and eventually coming all the way down to the floor. A nice, slow baby cobra as we breathe in. Shoulders come away from the ears, shoulder blades kissing each other behind, glutes together. And exhale, gently release, tap through the toes, push the floor away. Find a high kneeling from here, hands are tracing the mat behind. Let's lift up, push the chest to the sky, fingertips, toes tucked underneath. Breathe in. And exhale, gently release, come back and find your downward facing dog again. In your downward dog, a full inhalation, a full breath out. Nice. Let's breathe in and lift the right leg to the sky. Exhale slowly in 3, in 2, and in 1. Stepping that right leg on the outside of the right hand. Jaguar. Slowly snaking it through until we find this lizard space. Left knee is lifted. Breathe in. You can be on the fingertips. You can even have a block in front to help you. Nice. 1 more breath. Beautiful. On the next inhale, slowly through the middle of the mat, we will find a Skandasana on the left leg, bending through the left knee. Toes are pointing towards the back right corner of the mat. Let's inhale here. Toes are flexed off the right foot, hands towards the chest. You can stay, bring the hands still to the floor. You can even have a little fold here if you want, your choice. A bind also would be nice if you want. Last inhale. And exhale, gently release, hands to the floor. We will continue our journey to the left to find the back of the mat. And then here we are rising up to a high lunge. So take your time, set yourself up for greatness. Perhaps you need a bit of a wider stance here. Hands to the sky. And finding a low lunge here. Deep breath in. Deep breath out. 1 more breath. Inhale. Exhale slowly, slowly. Hands are coming towards the floor. Let's step to a high plank and move through your vinyasa. So very simple, inhaling either here with the knees up or perhaps knees on the floor. Through the exhale, lowering all the way down to the earth. Cobra or up dog on the breath in. Exhaling, downward facing dog. Nice. Deep breath together. Exhaling. And we release. So right leg to the sky. Breathe in. Breathing out again, Jaguar, sending the right leg on the outside of the right hand, snaking it through, close to the earth and lifting up through the chest. Breathe here. Nice. Stay there this time, dropping either the elbows and the forearms to the floor, or maybe we still stay lifted. And then here, I really invite you to take some movement. So maybe nice big circles into that right hip. Yes, wherever feels best. And if you really want stillness, of course, you can take that too. One more inhale. And exhaling slowly, hands come back to the floor, rooting down through the palms. Let's bring the right leg back towards the center of the mat, roughly extending through the right foot, still coming onto the ball of the left leg, hands on the floor. And then here again, if you have blocks, you can take them as a support, pyramid pose. So we're staying high onto the hands, and I'd rather you be a little bit higher on your props than collapsing here. So strong through both legs, scissoring effects with the legs, with the hips, squaring the left, sending the left hip forward, gazes down. And you can experiment with your blocks. Micro bend in that right knee. 2 more breaths. If you have enough space, yes, you can fold, of course, over that right leg, but be super mindful. There is no need to rush and push. Exhaling, and softly let's release through the middle of the mat, this time towards the left. Let's find ourselves facing the top of the mat, dropping the right knee, bringing the left elbow on top of your left knee, bending the right knee towards the right glute. And maybe this is enough and we just here, or even balancing, and that is fine for us, which is enough, it's perfect. If you want to experiment, left elbow to the left knee, squeezing the right heel towards your bum, but trying to not open too much the chest to the side, but rather keeping the shoulders squared. And staying here, 2 more breaths, 2 more breaths. You can close the eyes. It's a beautiful opening through the right quad. Last one, breathe in. Breathe out gently, with control, releasing that right foot down, framing the left leg and moving through your vinyasa. Moving the blocks away, breathe in. Exhale, lower halfway. Inhaling again, it's your up dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Really nice. A full breath here. A full breath out. Let's do the same thing on the other side. Inhaling, left leg rises. As we exhale in 3 breaths, we'll step the left foot on the outside of the left hand. In 2. And in 1. Nice. Jaguar pose, snaking it through, lifting up. Remember, you have an option with the hands. See what's best for you. Trust your gut. Inhale. And exhale through the middle of the mat, spinning to the right to find Skandasana on the right foot. And then here, dropping the seat down, but not as low to completely disengage. So the hands are in front of the chest. You can have them lifted. You can bind if you want. Completely up to you, wherever you are. 2 more breaths. Send the toes of the left foot towards the ceiling. Last breath. And exhale, let's release. slowly spinning to the back of the mat, finding our high lunge. So again, preparing ourselves here. If you need to widen your stance, you can. Let's gently, slowly lift up with stability and control. You can bend for the left knee to tag the pelvis and bring it underneath you. And here we stay 2 more breaths, strong for the belly, sending the right knee rather than to the outside, allowing it to come into the midline. Breathe in. With the breath out, big sweep of the arms all the way around and down to the floor. Let's find a vinyasa on this side. And stepping the legs back, inhaling here. Exhaling, come down. Next breath in is your up dog. And exhaling, downward facing dog. Beautiful. Inhaling, we're almost there. Open the mouth, let it out. Left leg rises as we breathe in. And just like before, slowly, slowly stepping that left foot on the outside of the left hand. And Jaguar pose, slowly snaking it through, lifting the chest up. And in here, just like on the first side, invite some movement, a gentle swaying of the hips, a circling of the hips. You can come into the forearms as well. See what works best for you. And if that right knee needs to be lowered for whatever reason, of course you can do that too. We're really working into the hips today. Last breath in wherever you are. And let's bring the hands back onto the floor, plant the palms. Just walk the left foot all the way in between the hands. Bring the back leg slightly closer towards the center of the mat and finding our pyramid here on the other side. So my left leg is straight with a gentle micro bend in the knee. If you need, you can get the blocks as well here to help. Let's inhale here. And exhale, gentle fold. But of course you can have the blocks underneath to help you and support you. Still on the ball of the left foot, high onto the right foot, high onto the toes. Squaring the hips, inviting the right hip forward slightly. 2 more breaths. Exhaling. Nice. Slowly from here, bending through the left knee, putting the blocks on the side and spinning through the center of the mat all the way to find a wide-legged forward fold. So toes are pointing in, heels out. Let's bring the left palm onto the earth. Right arm pulls all the way to the sky. Open, open, open. Breathe in. Breathe out. 2 more breaths here. Inhale, we can wiggle the fingertips. To be active, be here. Last one, open the heart even more. And exhale, gently release. Right arm, hand replaces the left. Breathing in here. And breathing out. 2 more. Are you here? Are you with me? Last one. And exhaling, gently release. Let's take a halfway lift here, look forwards. And exhale, gently traveling, slowly traveling. And exhale, slowly traveling to the front of the mat, lowering the left knee. The right elbow can come on top of the right knee. And we can stay here, or perhaps grabbing the left foot with the left hand, squaring the shoulders forward. And here we stay for 3 long breaths. You're more than welcome also to have the hands just on the floor, and that will be enough. Last one, breathe in. Breathing out. Slowly, let's release the left foot, frame the right leg, and step to your high plank. You can move through the vinyasa if you still have strength, or perhaps a child's pose, sending the sit bones towards the heels, capping the heels with the hands, and finding a child's pose here. Notice how you feel, and through this touch of your feet, can you find that place of connection again? We are in the earth element here. When the hands are touching the soles of your feet, you can even give yourself a nice big squeeze, a little massage in that space, and really feel yourself as you're resting, held by the earth beneath you. One more breath. Exhale slowly, lifting ourselves all the way up and into a kneeling. And from here, I invite us to a one yin hold in frog. It really won't be a full yin hold. It'll be just a little taster. If that doesn't feel right for you, if frog is not where you want to go, an option is to come to a happy baby or a half happy baby. So first, let me demonstrate a frog. And in here, again, an opportunity to use props. I would actually really suggest to use props. Also, doubling up on your mat would be a brilliant idea to protect the knees and make it a little bit softer. So we'll start from a tabletop. So my hips are still directly above the knees. So I'm not moving too much forward, not too much backwards. Hands in front. Let's widen our legs, center toes out, heels in, and come as wide as that feels comfortable. I mean, it's not the best and the most comfortable pose anyway, but let's see how we go and where we end up. Some of us might be like at the very edge of the hay. Some of us might be really happy here and want to stay here, which is absolutely fine. Others might consider coming towards the forearms. Maybe there is a block underneath the head to help support. A pillow, a bolster. So this is one option. Another option is to come to a half happy baby, or a full happy baby, rather. Full happy baby, which will be on our backs, grabbing hold of the outer edges of our feet, maybe bringing something underneath both knees like a block, or something to help us stay here a little bit longer. Block might not be the best idea, a bolster would be better, but block could be great underneath the hip, in fact, to help stabilize. And stay wherever you are, either in frog or in your happy baby, for 10 breaths. So we're either here or in a froggy variation or frog pose. Yeah. So again, I'm giving those options because I want you to have a choice. I want you to listen to your body and know where is the best place to go. Stay with your breath. It's not an easy place to be, but stay there regardless. Unless there is a pain, like a strong, sharp pain, stay with me. The discomfort is part of the practice often. Last breath. Exhaling if you are in a frog pose. Let's come back onto the hands if we're not there already. Gently, with so much care, bringing the legs in. Slowly, slowly coming all the way onto our backs, where we will hug the knees in towards the chest. Happy babies can get there as well now. A nice big squeeze of your knees to the chest, a little sway, massaging the lower back. If there is anything that you want to do before we come into our final resting posture, Shavasana, please take it now. Listen to what the body needs. Otherwise, let's extend the legs wide and in front. You can have a pillow underneath the head. Bring the hands somewhere on the body again. Feeling ourselves fully here, fully present, fully awake. And then allowing eventually to soften each and every cell of us fully and completely into the earth. The palms can open to the sky. Softening through your jaw, the eyebrows, the neck, the shoulders, and traveling down to the heart space, the belly, fingertips, the pelvis becomes heavy, the hips warm, the thighs, the shins, the ankles, the toes, everything surrenders into the earth with hope and trust. Stay here longer if time allows. You can pause that video now and just enjoy your beautiful stillness in Shavasana. Otherwise, let's begin to bring our awareness back to the breath. Begin to bring some movement also into the hands and feet. Maybe lifting both legs and hands into the air, giving ourselves a bit of a shake. Just a gentle one. Yeah. Bring the knees to the chest, eventually rolling onto one side and lifting up to seated. Eyes closed. Hands in prayer, thumbs to touch the skin. Giving moment to show gratitude and give thanks to yourself for showing up, for trusting yourself in your own practice, in your own experience. Feeling your fingertips connecting in this union in front of the heart space. Gratitude for this body that allows us to practice each and every day. Thank you so much for practicing with me today. I hope it served you. Take good care. Namaste. Thank you so much for joining me today in practice of trust. If you like this video, if you enjoy the practice, please don't forget to subscribe, like the video, or leave a comment. Get in touch. I would love to hear from you. I see you next time. Thank you.